Yes, it's true. As a trader, whether that be a day trader or a swing trader, you can indeed make better returns than Warren Buffett. I know it sounds ridiculous at first, at least to someone that's not in tune with the world of trading, whether that be stocks, forex, options, whatever it may be. But it kind of annoys me when people think that it's impossible. And and I've heard it many times before, where a naysayer will say something like, "Oh, if Warren Buffett, the greatest ever investor, makes on average a 25% return per year, what makes you think you can do better than him?" And the people that usually say this are, in fact, investors, not traders. In fact, they're actually typically against everything that's trading related. They don't believe in it at all. They think it's gambling, and for anyone who partakes in it is a complete fool. It's better to just dollar cost average into the S&P 500 because it's safer and more secure. And it's because of this mentality that they've probably never made over 20% yearly returns on all of their investments. Well, at least not consistently. They also probably have never met anyone who's made high yearly returns in the stock market either. Otherwise, otherwise they wouldn't make such a ridiculous statement. And when I say high returns, I mean anything from, you know, 40-50% per year and above. Anyway, I'm not here to dispute whether investing or trading is better. There's pros and cons for both of them, obviously. And investing in the ETFs is the less risky option, and it's probably the wise choice for most people who dabble in stocks. Basically, I'm here to dispute anyone that says you can't beat Warren Buffett's returns in the stock market. Well, you can, and it has been done time and time again by the likes of well-known and verified traders such as Mark Minervini, Dan Zanger, Christian Koulimagi, and pretty much anyone who tops the board in the US Investing Championship. Many of them have made hundreds of percent in a year. But why is it so hard to believe? I mean, I guess it's because we're constantly being bombarded with negative news about traders and how they're always losing money, which is true. And I guess it's also because Warren Buffett himself he's such a well-known figure and has popularized investing for the average person. And the average person has probably never heard of any successful traders. But anyway, let me explain why a good trader can make exponentially higher returns than the great Mr. Warren Buffett himself. Not in terms of dollars, of course, but in terms of a percentage return. First of all, Warren Buffett, well, his company, Berkshire Hathaway, manages billions upon billions of dollars, which causes liquidity issues, and he can't just jump in and out of momentum stocks like a trader could. He needs to hold through the ups and downs of a stock, and when he decides that it's time to sell, it's not just as simple as pressing a button. There's a bunch of advisors he has to consult with, and that goes for pretty much any hedge fund. And I guess that's why most of them often have low double-digit returns. The other thing is Warren Buffett, as good as he is, he doesn't invest in tech companies because he doesn't understand them. Maybe that's different now. Maybe he has consultants that have convinced him otherwise. But back then, when Amazon, Facebook, Nvidia, Tesla, and countless other growth stocks were booming, he pretty much missed out on them. Now, these stocks made huge moves that would have certainly contributed massively towards his returns. But he's a value investor first and foremost, so he probably dismissed them. Now, these companies were probably seen as overvalued. While a trader, on the other hand, if their account is, say, less than a few $1,000,000, they won't have any problems trading small cap stocks, which can go up hundreds of percent in a very short period of time. You catch enough of these moves in a year and your account's pretty much going to go parabolic, providing you do enough size, of course. And within a year, a trader can make hundreds or even thousands of trades and compound their account very, very quickly. How many investments does Warren Buffett make in a year? Maybe 10, maybe 20, certainly nowhere near 100. He's also restricted to just large and mega cap stocks, which are typically very slow moving, and you're lucky if they increase by 20 to 30% in an entire year. At the end of the day, how much more can these huge companies grow? I mean, you're just not going to see the same growth compared to smaller companies. Now, I'm not saying that it's easy to consistently make higher returns than Warren Buffett, because it's hard enough becoming a profitable trader, let alone hitting big numbers consistently. All I'm saying is that it's very achievable and, dare I say, easy for the skilled trader to whitewash Warren Buffett's yearly percentage returns. Obviously, Buffett is like 90 years old, so he's well ahead of all of us when it comes to compounded returns over a lifetime. But if you compared a 5 to 10 year period of a great trader and Buffett, a trader will have better compounded returns. And that's not to discredit anyone, it's just basic math. Maggie turned 5k to 100 million in 7 to 8 years. And for those of you who don't know who Maggie is, he's just a very successful swing trader from Sweden. And off the top of my head, I don't know what his compounded percentage return is, but it appears to be very, very high. Anyway, there's probably still going to be people in denial about what's really possible. And note that I said possible, not probable. So please don't get the wrong idea of the point I'm trying to make. So yeah, don't let anyone fool you into thinking that you can't make over 20 to 30% per year just because Warren Buffett doesn't. Do your own research and think for yourself.